40s? You wanted to impress her?
Actually, she's due in here in a moment now, so if you kindly get back in your assmobile, I want to meet her. Absolutely not.
I'm an intern, doing a study.
Oh, more lies. That's the ticket. Good plan, buddy. What is the information?
Look! I will just sit up in the lobby and read a magazine, okay? That way, I can get a good look at her when she comes in. Later on, you can give me your professional report.
This is a doctor's office. The doctor is ordering you to leave.
Tommy, you cashed the check, right? The feds could drive a bulldozer down the paper trail. No, I will be out in the lobby. Don't blame me.
I won't bite you. Should I bite you?
Ms. Osterman, and how are you?
Well, you know, don't you?
Actually, I don't. You haven't had contact with our office
Since you gave me this super cream, the miracle salve, the healing jizz of the gods.
you applied the ointment.
Oh yes.
Well, why don't we have a look?
Oh, do that, doctor. Have a look. Have a good look. Taking.
This is 3 weeks.
It started to work almost immediately. The fluids, the secretions, they dried up. Then the healing, softness, new skin. I had a hole in me, and now it's gone.
Get out of here!
You get out of here! Mrs. Why? You can't see what's happened, can't you, doctor? Yes.
No!
Let me ask you a professional question. Professionally speaking, is anyone else who wants to be in here? I mean, from a possible getting your ass suit off standpoint. Right, so who's the creep you just waved to see in front of my face?
Your glasses. I was just trying to...
No, you don't smell like Aramis. Who are you, fucker? Impressive, I'm alone and half naked without any Costello.
My name is Cotton. Joseph Cotton. I'm an intern doing a study.
Really? On malpractice?
Perhaps we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here.
You're not an intern, Joe. I smelled ink, paper. You're some kind of flack.
Your sense of smell.
Blindness brings all your other senses up. For example, I can hear your hearts beating, both of you, like jungle drums.
I'm quite relaxed.
Liar! Professional liar. Now, why would a professional liar sneak into a medical examination room, creating a potentially litigious situation? You sold him the cream! Oh, this has gone so much better than I had hoped. I can move right to my closing arguments.
Oh, good God. You're a lawyer? Yale and Millikan.
What is it?
Oh, come now, doctor. You read the newspapers.
Zendaline.
A record settlement. I mean, for not being cigarettes or a drunken school bus driver.
You'll remember, Ms. Osterman, the conversation we had right here in this office. We're just fallible human beings pushing against the unknown and...
Cut the Reebok, Tommy! You're the doctor! Or at least you were. Pardon my timing, but the stuff worked. Your problem, the initial problem that you came of your own volition to see the doctor about?
Yes, there are a few active scars, but you're healed. I mean, if we focus strictly on the initial complication...
Gentlemen, please. You have an ointment that heals severe problem skin and leaves the patient feeling blind!
There's a situation, agreed, but still, the results, bearing in mind...
What are you doing here? You came to warn him. You knew.
No. Yes, not exactly. Look, you should know that we kept testing this stuff, even after the FDA pushed it.
The FDA pushed it?
After the arduous FDA approval process, we wanted to keep looking at it. We always do that. We start long-term studies right away. Now, in this situation, the basic problem is that it's difficult to tell when a laboratory rat has gone blind.
That is profoundly criminally negligent. I'd be happy to testify for you.
Oh, you see there, Frankenstein, you're still at the scene of the crime. It wasn't the rats. You started circulating this stuff. There was a problem. You came here to see if there were others.
There might be a kid in Canada, 12 years old, but if I could just interject, his acne has completely cleared up.
What city in Canada? How did the ship end up in Canada?
Forget that. I made that up.
If we bring back the ointment, we call it warnings, media destroyed it.
Why don't we just bring in the blind victims one by one? We could videotape their testimonials. Actually, I like blindness. Now I don't have to look into the faces of the man that did this to me!
You mean ruin us?
Oh no, not just that, Tommy. She's thinking rape, or maybe cannibalism.
Isn't it enough that talented, experienced people have to leave medicine because of malpractice insurance rates? That doctors must labor under the ominous shadow of punitive legal
Protection.
Yes! Yes! The hurtling automobile of medical innovation should have seatbelts, right? And airbags. But what about the light?
You have me at a disadvantage.
What about pursuing the bright light of science forward into the 21st century? What if science, dear woman?
Thalidomide. Prescribed for nausea and insomnia in pregnant women. Women who later gave birth.
Thank you. That's fine. You intend to sue.
The manufacturer, of course.
You're still in the swimming pool, Terry.
I'm sorry. It's just the squeaking noise when she pulls on your balls.
Oh, and how has Omar Rubicon fared against blind lawyers who are also the victim?
There was one day, during the Zendeling trial, nothing but weeping mothers. I mean, an entire day of women who'd lost their children to our heinous mistake, right? Our godless negligence. They cried, and they wept, and they blew their noses, and they wept some more. And then, about 6 months later, they all got a check for millions of dollars. Millions. Money they could have used to blow up our labs or have our board members assassinated, but they didn't.
You'll be the guy with the blind cream and Dr. Blind Cream. Look, we're three intelligent, well-educated people who influence the shape and contours of other people's lives. What if there was something that got us around all this?
A way around
All of it?
A settlement of sorts, right now, just between the three of us.
Nothing goes to court. The feds stay out.
I've already contacted the boy in Canada, and Mrs. Whitman, she could be managed, I'm sure.
Let me guess. A revolver and one bullet. The doctor and I reenact your favorite scene from The Deer Hunter.
That's all about chance. What happened here was premeditated. It had design.
No one intended that you be blinded.
I can't see. Is he crying?
No.
What I'm proposing would be fair, balanced. It simply puts the shoe on the other foot.